Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the GM, master, rule, and teach well in the scriptures. Salutations to all y'all Akim out there doing this work in truth and faith and sincerity. Okay. I'd like to start out with, let's go to Isaiah chapter 41, verse 14, and it reads, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." And so, who is the Holy One of Israel? The Holy One of Israel is Yahweh, and that's who the world ignorantly calls God. Okay. The Lord is here to help us. The Lord is here to chastise us, to keep us on a straight and narrow, to keep us on a beaten path, so to speak. And so, just like you have a child, you want your child to be perfect in whatever you set out for your child to do. And so the Lord looks at his people the same way. Okay? And so even though we fall 7 times and get back up again, the Lord sees us through every step of the way. Okay? We have to understand that going into the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, this is a reenactment of what happened during the time of Moses in Egypt, where the wicked at that particular time were the children of Ham. The children of Ham are the so-called Africans, minus our people that are mixed and mingled in there, and the other heathens that are mixed and mingled in there. Okay, so you have to understand that the things that were written before time were written for our learning. So we are to read, learn, and understand these things, okay, through the precepts, all right, to know, the next move of the wicked. Because right now, with this lockdown, shelter in place, they're doing a lot of wicked things behind the scenes. And so we have to know and understand that. Okay, and so I'm just gonna rehash an account going into Exodus of what happened during our people in Egypt. Okay, where we became a nation. This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came unto Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. Okay, which you have Joseph. Joseph had 2 sons, and so it became 12 children 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. You had Joseph, um, Ephraim, okay, stood in his stead, and Manasseh stood in the stead of Dan. Okay. So, reading on verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mightily, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Okay? And so, you want to ask yourself, who uh, was a king that knew not Joseph during this particular time? All right? And so, the Pharaoh during that particular time was Necho II. Okay? This is from the Wikipedia. All right? So, the Pharaoh that knew not Joseph was Menephtah, the son of Ramses, Rider Haggard. Okay, so this is the one that knew not Joseph. Reading on in verse 9. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. And so now you have to understand that basically the Egyptians, the natural Egyptians that were living there in their land, had slaves, and the slaves, which are our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are Israelites, you have to understand that during that time, our people multiplied so much that it sparked a great deal of fear, okay, within the Pharaoh and with the rest of the Egyptians. Okay, so this is reading on verse 12. But more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians came, the children of Israel, to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. And their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Sephara, and the name of the other was Pur. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. So, we have to understand that there was another account during Yahushua, where the Edomites, which are the Romans, tried to slay the firstborn. Okay. This is basically written before time were written for our learning. Okay, so these accounts happen so that we may learn, understand, and grow from them. And Lord's will that we're edified and we can take the knowledge that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has given us and navigate through the time of Jacob's trouble. So reading on in 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick and all manner of service. Okay. Salakia. 17. But the midwives feared Yahweh and did not, as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men and children alive. So at that particular time they had fear. They knew who the God of Israel is, who Yahweh was, who Yahweh is, who Yahweh will always be. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, okay, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because of the Hebrew women are not like as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered, ere the midwives come into them. Okay, so, I'm going to make this kind of short. Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakal Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.